minimum standards. So traditional, the same mandatory requirements. Next. So meron din silang section B, section C, section D with some supplementary establishments, requirements if they want to be premium or elite. No? And we have subdivided them. We started with eco parks, eco trails, and farms. Next. We also have the next sector is museums and galleries. Yeah. Again, mandatory for all. So we would like all museums to be given certification. Next section is theme and amusement parks. Yeah. So dapat yung Sky Ranch magpa-certify din. Particularly in safety and all. But they have national standards. Recreational activities, not only facility but activities. What are these? Horseback riding, boating, biking, diving, wala pa lang. And recreational activity groups, yeah. We would like them also provide some standards and recognize them with certifications. Next. Yeah, so nandun lahat. Now, we have reached that part where we are also certifying establishments that may opt to be certified. Meaning, hindi sila required. The mere business permit that they can get is enough for them to operate. But the first parts are all mandatory certifications, regulated establishments. Okay? Dito optional. Why? Just so they might want to post it in their establishment. We are tourist friendly. Yeah. So we are certified by the tourism industry as offering tourist services. No? So they can opt that too. Like for example, motorist assistance facilities like gas stations, etc. Next. Rest areas and tourist lounges, meron na. No? SM itself has its own tourist area. Have you been there? May rest area sila. Very nice. May shower pa. Then you can leave your things there. Baka nga hindi na mag-hotel. Kasi malapit lang yung bus station. No? So rest areas, tourist lounges. Next. 35 souvenir photo services. They want us also to include this. No? Kasi yun yung popular na offer in a lot of tourist sites. No? Next. Another section is third-party online booking. Now this is something different. Third-party online booking, meaning establishments that are not necessarily here, kaya nga third-party. They might even be based outside of the Philippines, like Airbnb, for example. So we are putting in our code some regulations for them. Isampal natin sa kanila yung ating law. We have a law that requires you to check the business permit of your listings in Baguio. Bago kayo mag-list, kasi they list anything, anyone. Tama? Pati illegal nandun na rin. Because we've had some communication already with actually Airbnb and Trip.com. They can comply as long we show them the legal reference. So since wala tayo ngayon, we're including it now. And it has been done in other countries, right? Albert, it has been done. So most countries. So they have no choice but to comply if we have a law. So let's start it here in Baguio City. Okay, so that's why it is here as Section 36 of Tourism Services. Okay, mandatory requirements, but of course relative to your base of business. Baka hindi valid yung DTI when they don't have that. As long as they are operating legally. Yeah. And some of the other requirements here. But this is more important, no? Yung meron silang active data protection officer because we want to protect our own establishments as well. Next. So we also require them some sustainability, but of course online naman lahat yan. No? And legal right to operate. Ito na pala to. Section 37, tourist souvenir and pasalubong shops. Again, optional. It's most tourist souvenir shops, but dapat mandatory, di ba? But if you're just catering to locals, you might not want to. And then next, section, yan na. Optional din ang restaurants, food and drinks. Because we've included everyone, including karinderya. And some of this we just want to cater to locals or to students, no? And they don't want to be really touristy. So optional. But if you want to be recognized as a tourist attraction, even if you are food establishments, meron tayong requirements for them. So classified into as follows. I will not go through everything. No? You can download the document. We can also share these slides. Section 38 is for bars and night spots. Next, please. 39, section 39 is cafes and bistros. Next. Section 40 is canteens and carinderia. Sabi ko nga, baka lang gusto nilang maging tourist certified. No? Next. Section 41 is fast food. So baka si Jollibee gusto niyang may badge of premium food establishment. Section 42 is, next. Tapos na ba? Section 42 is mobile cars, food trucks, and food kiosks. Maraming kasi sa Baguio yan, no? Popular na rin. They might want to have a badge as well. Next. Restaurants, yan yung sa main natin, last natin. And we are now Article 13, Wellness and Training Facilities. Nandito kanina si Dr. Kitikit. If you want your hospital also to be certified as a tourism facility. So optional. You know, of course, these are services for locals as well. You know? Meaning they don't need really to have tourists. But if you want to have a badge that you are tourist friendly, they can undergo also certification. So first we have clinics and hospitals. Next. Section 45, fitness facilities and sports club. Next. 46 is rehab centers and care home facilities. Baka this is where retirement facilities will fall. Next. 47, section 47. Salon and spa as well. Spa is a favorite destination of many visitors. Next. 48 is, ayun na. So that's the last of the establishments that can undergo certification under this code. Medyo madami, no? So we have the first part for primary, meaning required, primary tourist establishments. The second part is for secondary tourism establishments, optional certification. Okay? So, part of the tourism code, which we did not remove from the previous ones, is reinforcing the Baguio Tourism Council as a major partner in implementing the code. Okay? And that's why it was included in the previous. Okay? Meaning the standards actually are being promoted, no, by our own Baguio Tourism Council. So policy recommending body, that is why you are here. We would like to ask for your feedback. No, we will give you a form later so you can put your comments and suggestions. No? We are also forming. We're talking about barangay level problems. Yun lang yung nag-comment kanina. No, we're still have some barangays na hindi strict in terms of implementing easements. No? The Barangay Tourism Development Body, from the different 128 barangays, representation from all, this shall serve as primary community-based support. So if we need enforcement assistance, yeah, we have a body to go to. And we are inviting them actually to become also honorary member in the next board for our board, para meron tayong community-based representation in the Baguio Tourism Council, no, as honorary member. Next, so the code, this part is emphasizing on participative governance. Everyone is a stakeholder. Next. And other offices and agencies, of course, katulong natin lahat yan. We just defined their roles in terms of code implementation, no? From the mayor's office, from the city council, particularly the chair of tourism. As a matter of fact, ito nga ay project ng city councilor Yuri Wagan. After receiving your feedbacks, we will refine this and eventually will be submitted, no, to the city council. And there's also the ordinance that is proposing a tourism summit. This is not the yearly assembly of Baguio Tourism Council, no? Entirely separate Baguio Tourism Summit every year, where we are proposing to conduct yung Sustainability Tourism Awards every year. So yung mga naka-elevate up to elite, they will have a special recognition ceremony, yeah, and other special programs. If you have innovative programs on sustainable tourism, yeah, we would like that recognized. So this is one of the incentives as part of our tourism governance. Next. The code also emphasizes on dapat ano na to? Yeah, tourism management. No? Tourism management tool. Since the Baguio City has been institutionalized with a resolution or ordinance on its own, no, we are reinforcing it with additional personnel that will support all of this. Particularly, and this will be discussed also a little later, no? Mandatory visitor registration. Okay, so we start implementing this if our aim is not anymore necessarily attract many, but managing limits. So we need monitoring of numbers. So this is where we will ask assistance also from our frontline stakeholders to help us monitor this. Anyway, everything can be done online. It's not as simple as writing down who. And this is self-registration, meaning our visitors can just go online and register. Tayo naman, mag-monitor na lang. So every time we accept guests or visitors, we just ask them, have you registered in Baguio Visita? Ganun lang kasimple. We don't have to let them register again in your facility. Okay? So mention ko na to, institutionalized. I think we have a video. Video na ba? Meron pa isa. Ayan, this is the mechanics of the mandatory visitor registration which we are including in the code. And these are the 4 monitoring points as of now. Meaning we would like all of those that come to all accommodation establishments that go or enter different participating attractions like city parks, may ticketing naman doon, di ba? All participating in organized tours like educational tour organized by the tour packages of TTAs, and all organized participants of organized MICE activities. So ito lang yung aming 4 monitoring points for now. Why for now? Kasi pag ikaw ay bisita at namalengke lang sa public market, wala magmumonitor sa'yo. So, pwedeng hindi ka nag-register. Ano pa? Pumunta ka sa Burnham, walang ticketing doon because Burnham is still considered an open communal park. It's not with entrance fee. So, we want also locals enjoying it, everyone. So, pumunta ka sa Burnham, nag-voting ka, hindi ka required. For now, so until we have a more rigid mechanism, ito muna yung practicable monitoring points natin. Kasi ito, we can monitor who are organizing this. So we can monitor this. No? So, a video of we would like to show an update on Baguio Visita.